Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for another Doctor Who themed video. I'm making this video because I've told a lie in my previous video, the Q&A with Miles, in which we were asked about the sort of upper limit we'd spend on one Doctor Who figure, kind of the most expensive figure we'd ever bought, and then what our limits would be. And this is what I said. I think the thing is I probably wouldn't go beyond... Well, I'd try not to go beyond kind of 15, 20 quid for a figure. Really.
Same here.
Same in the box. And the very same day that video was released, I then proceeded to buy a Doctor Who figure for sort of... It's a bit hazy. I mean, the actual price was 30 quid on eBay, but I managed to bring it down a bit with some PayPal earnings and a Nectarcard voucher and stuff. I managed to pay basically about £23, £24 in total. So it's over the limit just a little bit, depending on which way you look at it, of course. But it is a figure that I have wanted for quite a long time, and a figure that I kind of thought, you know what, I'm not ever going to find this anywhere cheaper, you know, for it to be boxed and in good condition, all the rest of it. And so without further ado, the figure that I have broken my own rules on and spent slightly more than I should have done on is... Laszlo! Yeah, I know. 30 quid for this guy, absolute bargain. No, of course, I am only joking. The actual figure, which I spent, 20 to 30 quid on, is... You can't see it very well, but it's Leela from The Face of Evil. Funnily enough, actually, in that Q&A I did with Miles did actually talk about getting Leela from The Face of Evil for about 15 quid, I think, as part of that response to that question, but it didn't make it to the final cut. And so that's a funny little coincidence there. There are kind of two links to that video in this particular purchase. But yeah, so she was going for 30 quid on eBay. There are a couple available, and I just thought, yeah, I'm never going to get this any cheaper than kind of 30 quid for the actual listing. I mean, they go for sort of 40 quid and upwards, and I don't know, you can get them unboxed, but even then they're about 25 quid upwards. So I thought at the end of the day, yeah, I've not done too badly here. It's one of the figures that was on a list I had back in the day, sort of, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, of figures that I was kind of thinking, look, I probably could manage to get these. They're probably still just about widely available enough. And then... more recently, she has got a bit rarer at this one. She used to be knocking about with stuff like the Perry 2-packs, Perry and the Rogue Cyberman and Perry and Shara's Jack. Stuff like the Sound Effects Daleks, which used to be going for kind of 15, 20 quid back a couple of years ago. There was loads of old stock found, I think, and it turned up on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. The two Ace figures as well, which obviously go for more these days. And so this is kind of the final one in this sort of Diamond Classic packaging, which I never got. So it's nice from that point of view as well to kind of get a bit of sense of completeness from that. So I'm going to unbox this live on camera. The Face of Evil then is a story that I watched, I was going to say fairly recently, but it wasn't really. It was sort of in the first lockdown when the season 14 Blu-ray came out. I watched it for the second time then, and I thought it was okay, not amazing, but there are certain things that I do really like about it. So like the way that Tom Baker is in that story, just all kind of brooding and mysterious and talking to himself and whistling to himself, all that sort of stuff is great to see. And something I remember from when I first watched the story as well is just really loving Leela and how she's introduced at the end. And it's sort of how she forces her way into the TARDIS rather than the Doctor inviting her. I remember thinking back when I first watched that, I think it was around the time that Capaldi was about to get his next companion. I'm not sure if Bill had been announced by that point, but I was kind of thinking, you know what, wouldn't it be great to have that again, a companion that just kind of barges their way into the TARDIS. And I suppose with Bill that's sort of what we got. So the backing card there, if you've watched the video I made with Miles about figure packaging, you'll have seen a load of stuff like this. You've seen it to death, the kind of bits of paper and card and plastic that went in the packaging. And a nice bio there about the Face of Evil. I don't know if people have seen this before. I mean, I'm not sure how rare this is, how many people sort of have it or not. As I say, it's not the cheapest figure to get hold of these days. I mean, compared to some of the B&M stuff, for instance, where you can get, for 20 quid, you know, 3 figures, and a figure and a TARDIS, and 2 Daleks. So I will just rescue the bit of card from the front of that to go with all the bits of card that I've collected over the years. Leela from the Face of Evil with a lovely picture of Tom there, perfect. So, Leela from the Face of Evil. It's a figure that I've kind of always wanted, really. More so than anything else, just for the accessories, to be honest. And obviously the more iconic look for her, with the kind of blue, whatever that bit is there, of her kind of skirt, and the clothes. So I've got the 2 Leelas here. That one was from a B&M set a few years back, packaged with a kind of Pyramids of Mars 4th Doctor and K9. And then this is the first Leela I got. Oh, is she going to stand up? She's a bit iffy, that one, the leg. Damn it. Oh, come on, Leela. I might just have to hold her in place. Anyway, that's the first one I got. That's the Image of the Fendlal variant. And as I said, as you probably realised, she's got a bit of a dicky leg, which means that if I let go, she's just going to fall over. So I'll put her to the side with the other Leela. But obviously they're the other costume that Leela wears, sort of more in season 15, isn't it, I suppose? This was her kind of first initial costume, and it's obviously the more iconic look for her, I think. So, let's crack this thing open. I have to say, it's very weird doing these plastic tie things, because obviously these just don't get used anymore. I mean, there'd been uproar if they were, because of attitudes about plastic and plastic pollution these days. And also, just before I take her out, actually, there are a couple of things I've noticed just by looking at this figure in the packaging. So the feet look a bit squished together there. I'm hoping that's, not like this one, that she just can't stand up without a lot of effort. That would be a real pain in the arse. So there's that, and then, I don't know if you can see there, but sort of where her arms join the shoulder bits, they just look a bit sort of loose as well. So fingers crossed there's nothing going on there. So, there's all these bits of stupid plastic to get out. I will see you in a moment. Right. Just want to be very careful with her here. I meant to say as well, actually, that the sort of weight of this thing when she was back in the packaging, the weight of the whole package, as it were, of the whole figure. When you put it that way, it's not really worth 30 quid because it's very light. And of course, obviously you're only getting one figure for it. Oh, she's already got paint scratched off her there. And I haven't even touched that. Anyway, that's the way these figures are, isn't it? These are Leelas and Aces and what have you. Obviously you do get a lot of accessories with this figure, to be fair. But, yeah, just looking at the weight of it when it was into packaging, it's not the heaviest figure, obviously. I mean, she's a kind of female build. It's not like you've got a massive, bulky, tall Tom Baker or something. I'm trying to work out what's going on with these feet here. I mean, are they even aligned properly? And obviously she's not going to stand up at all at the moment. I'm trying to work out... Oh, right, that does turn. And that turns. Oh, and the leg has just come off. I have read that this is a problem with these figures, actually. That's what it looks like, if you've never seen inside Leela's hips before. So, come on, Leela. Okay, this is proving a bit harder than I thought it would be. So, I don't think I've actually managed to pop it back on yet. But, she's sort of standing up a little bit better. Well, I say that, she's not really. That's how things stand at the moment. Or not. Okay, they just seem really weirdly aligned, those legs. I think I've managed to get that left one back in now. But I might have to do some playing around with that a bit later on. Let's put that aside for now. 30 quid well spent, hey? And get out the accessories, which are sort of the most interesting part of this, to be honest. Because obviously with the other Leelas you do get the knife, but that's it. This stupid plastic thing's okay out. There we go. So, the crossbow is the most interesting piece here. That's very nice. Again, not very heavy. It's quite a light piece, but nice nevertheless. And I can see there, I think that bit pops off. Or will pop off if I apply more force. So you can kind of strap it round Leela when she's behaving herself and actually standing up. Let's go for the Janus Thorn next. Obviously this is the Think As in a Hurry stories. The little thorn that she sort of puts in people and Vok robots and stuff, I think. I can't remember, to be honest. It's like a tribal thing that they use from where Leela comes from, the Sever team and all that. And then we've got a disintegrator gun, which I believe is used by the Doctor. I can't actually remember seeing it on screen. Oh, that's the knife there, sorry, as well. It's like a game of Cluedo. And the disintegrator gun there, which is kind of a mismatch of, not a mismatch, but like loads of different bits of plastic. You got some black ones, you got a kind of more matte finish piece there, some transparent plastic, and some shiny silver there as well. So, yeah, let's see if I can actually get her to stand up. I will report back in just a moment. So I have sort of managed to get her standing up. I'm still not convinced by the whole leg thing. I think they've just been kind of put in wrong and aligned wrong, and obviously this figure was made like 9 years ago, so they've just been sitting in the packaging like that all this time. Ugh. She's sort of standing up, and she's got Tom Baker next to her with his gun and holding a knife as well, which is obviously a bit sinister, so anything could happen there. I hope you've enjoyed this this nevertheless. I know I'm pleased with this figure. I mean, the leg thing is a bit of a letdown, but you know, the accessories are all very nice, and it's great to finally have the final Leela variant I needed, and also the final figure from that kind of era of the Diamond Classic single-carded range. Do stay tuned to this channel for more stuff in the coming days and weeks. There's a backlog of things I have either done or need to do and get uploaded. There's some Battles in Time unboxing footage. There is something you'll be seeing very soon, hopefully, about my dissertation, how you can help out with that a bit. Oh, and also there'll probably be something about the Revolution of the Daleks trailer that we're probably getting on Doctor Who Day, 23rd of November. So, yeah, there's all that to look forward to. And obviously go and check out other things as well if you're new here or if you haven't seen them. The recent collabs with Miles have just been drawn to a close with this Q&A that I mentioned earlier on, which was the whole reason this video came into being. I said my limit was 15 to 20 quid. I then bought a Leela for 30 quid. And she can't even stand up properly. But, hey, that's just how it is sometimes, isn't it? So, yeah, hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, bye for now.